So just about a week ago, I attended a networking conference over here in my home city. And let me tell you, it does not live up to the expectations. I mean, the event was put on extremely well. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of interesting scenery. There was an extremely good host that I know, but the people at the event were extremely woke. And I ran into this already a few times where you go to an event and you start digging around, you start trying to make new connections, and you realize that everyone is kind of holding back on what they want to say. They're kind of cutting themselves off from discussing anything more deeply in fear of creating the wrong opinion or saying something a little bit outlandish. And because of that, the event feels very fake, very artificial. And that's pretty much what happened here as well. The interesting thing is, though, I did meet a few people who, after putting myself out on the line, usually by referencing how shitty things are in Canada or why I'm even here in Poland in the first place, it actually gets them talking. And it gets them to open up. And very quickly you begin to see this sigh of relief that, oh, okay, I guess I could talk about pretty much whatever with this guy now. It creates this almost friendship instantly when you realize that the person that you're speaking with is on similar terms as you. But you see, I don't even care about whether or not the people that I meet or the rooms that I go into agree with me or not. It's fine. I have been to plenty of rooms where I'm the odd one out, or I have some opinions or views on the world that aren't congruent with the other people. It's fine. We can talk, we can have a good time, it's no worries. The issue is that a lot of the times in these kinds of conference rooms, you really start to feel trapped. Like, it really stifles any kind of growth because there's a lot of different things that can be picked up as politically aggressive or culturally aggressive if you allow this kind of atmosphere to settle in a room. For example, let's say we're talking about food and you're like, ah, yeah, I went and had some Indian food the other day. And someone might want to say, oh man, I hate Indian food. But I've heard personally from people that they're even afraid to say something like this due to what kind of reinforcements it might create in the other person's mind. Oh, he's a racist. He probably just doesn't like Indian people. How can he say something like that? He probably doesn't like the smell, which the smell is pretty strong, but I fucking love Indian food. It's great. Give me some butter chicken, the most popular item, obviously, but it's good. Anyways, so you get this environment that is really lacking cohesiveness. And due to that, you usually don't get that many people to connect because people are very much afraid of connecting, of showing their true selves. So you'll see different influencers kind of teach people how to get outside of the box and how to create this kind of atmosphere for others. You kind of have to be the first person to put yourself on the line, but I think that's the wrong way about it as well. I think the issue is that these spaces are designed in such a way that this is the kind of environment they're trying to create, and perhaps even unknowingly. Because the minute that you start putting up keynote speakers or leaders who are very politically correct, it makes everyone else feel like they have to do the same, right? It's the same way that you walk into a closed party and everyone's dressed very nicely. They might have a suit on. The woman might be in very nice dresses. Well, if you walk in with a t-shirt and shorts on, you're going to feel out of place. And in the same way, language can do that to us as well. So that's the reason why when we create our meetings over here at Elev8 Council, we get into the meat and bones of the discussion almost right away, because right off the bat, everyone kind of knows they're on a level playing field, and everyone knows that the main rule, or the only rule that we really have to these discussions, is that there's freedom of speech. So we have people from all different kinds of walks of life joining us, but we're all connected by this one singular notion of freedom of speech and excellence. And usually it creates a very, very, very interesting discussion. Very, very meaningful connections get created, and businesses honestly thrive. Business ideas can grow, business ideas can get investors, and people really feel like they're on the same team because they can really express themselves. Now, I'm not saying every single person that meets each other at our meetings is going to be best friends. No, but I will say that 99% of the people in the room that you meet, you are going to enjoy your time with them. You're at least going to pick up something. These are at least people that you want to be in a group with. And we do everything in our ability to make sure that only the highest quality of people are brought inside.